conversation. Someone's talking, you're nodding, and then it happens. A skip, a fold. The sense that this exact moment has already occurred. Same words, same light, same feeling in your chest. You've been here before. The moment passes. You say nothing. You never say anything. But it keeps happening. The call that comes as you reach for the phone. The wrong turn that leads exactly where you needed to be. The knowing that arrives with no source and turns out to be true. Cracks. Small fractures in the surface of ordinary experience. Moments when reality doesn't quite hold its shape. You've probably dismissed these. Glitches in the brain. Fatigue. Pattern-matching errors. But they keep happening. And somewhere underneath the dismissal, a question lingers. What if these aren't glitches? What if you're seeing through the code into something deeper? Here's what's strange when you look closely. Two people witness the same event, same location, same moment, same facts. But ask them what happened, and they'll tell you different stories. Not lies, not deception, genuinely different experiences. One saw a threat. One saw opportunity. One remembers details the other never registered. One felt time slow down. The other felt it blur. Same event, different realities, and it goes deeper. You walk into a room. You came here for something. It's gone. Deleted mid-transfer. You meet someone for the first time, but it doesn't feel like the first time. It feels like remembering for both of you. Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s, except he didn't. He became president, but millions remember his funeral, an event that never happened. Cracks everywhere. These experiences point to something uncomfortable. Reality isn't as solid as it appears. What you experience isn't what happened. It's a version, a render, a construction. But constructed by what and from what? Let's look at what's actually generating your experience. Everything you experience happens inside your skull. Right now, photons are hitting your retinas. Your brain converts those signals into shapes, colors, depth, motion. What you see isn't out there. It's a render, a hallucination your brain generates from incomplete data. Same with sound. Pressure waves hit your eardrums. Your brain turns vibration into music, voices, meaning. The sound isn't in the air, it's in you. Same with touch, taste, smell. Every sensation you've ever had happened inside your nervous system. You've never experienced the world directly. You've only ever experienced your brain's interpretation of the world. But here's the part that explains the glitches. You exist in a sea of information. Billions of data points every second. Far more than any system could process. So your senses filter. They let in a fraction. The frequencies you can see, the range you can hear, the textures you can feel. Everything else is invisible to you, not gone, just unrendered. Then your attention filters again. It selects what matters based on your goals, your fears, your values. Two people in the same room literally see different rooms. Because attention is rendering different data. Then your psyche filters once more. It assigns meaning. It constructs narrative. It decides what this moment is about. By the time experience arrives, it's been filtered 3 times. Senses, limiting what data gets in. Attention, selecting what data gets processed. Meaning, interpreting what the data signifies. This is why two people see the same event differently. They're not experiencing the same event. They're experiencing different renders of the same raw data, filtered through different senses, different attention, different values. This is why memories shift. The render isn't stored. It's reconstructed each time, and each reconstruction filters again. This is why déjà vu happens. The render glitches, pattern matching misfires, and suddenly now feels like before. This is why dissociation happens. The self that's being rendered separates from the awareness that's watching the render. You're not experiencing reality. You're experiencing a heavily filtered, constantly reconstructed simulation of reality. Generated where? In consciousness. Which raises the question no one wants to ask. If everything you experience is generated in consciousness, what's outside of it? Have you ever experienced anything outside of your consciousness, your awareness? Here's the glitch, the inversion that changes everything. You've been asking, am I in a simulation? Wrong question. You're not in a simulation. You are what renders it. Think about it. The world you navigate, where does it appear in your consciousness? The self you've been living as, where does it appear in consciousness? The filters, senses, attention, meaning, where do they operate in consciousness? The simulation you've been wondering about, where does the wondering happen in consciousness? Everything, world, self, filters, question, answer, all of it appears in one place. And that place isn't inside anything else. It's not inside the brain. The brain appears in it. It's not inside the world. The world appears in it. It's not inside the simulation. The simulation is it. You've been assuming consciousness is inside the world, a byproduct of matter, a ghost in the machine. But you've never experienced anything outside of consciousness. You've never been aware of anything outside of consciousness. Everything that happens in consciousness. The content comes and goes. Thoughts, sensations, perceptions, the entire world. But it comes and goes somewhere. What is that somewhere? The trapped self, the one watching life through filters, trying to figure out what's real. That's content, part of the render. But you, the awareness listening to these words, you're not content. You're the container. You're not the movie. You're the screen. Let's make this experiential, not just an idea, a recognition. Close your eyes. Notice a thought, any thought. Watch it appear. Now, watch it disappear. What watched it? That which watched the thought come and go. Did it come and go? No. It was there before the thought. It's there after. It's there now. Thoughts come and go. Feelings come and go. Perceptions come and go. The entire simulation comes and goes. Waking, dreaming, deep sleep. But awareness doesn't come and go. It's the space where coming and going happens. You've been identifying with the content, the thoughts, the story, the you that feels like a character in a filtered reality. But you're not the content. You're the container. You're not the character. You're the space the character appears in. The déjà vu, the dissociation, the Mandela effect, the waking dream. These weren't malfunctions. They were moments when the filters glitched, when the render got thin, when you glimpsed what's behind it. Not another simulation, not a higher reality. Just this, pure awareness, the one thing that doesn't come and go, the one thing that isn't filtered. Because it's what the filtering happens in. The simulation is real, in the sense that it's happening, but you're not in it. It's in you. So what changes? The simulation doesn't stop. The filters keep filtering. The render keeps rendering. But your relationship to it shifts. You stop trying to fix the simulation from inside it. You stop trying to see through the filters by filtering harder. You start resting in what was never filtered to begin with. Do this with me now. Feel your feet on the floor, the weight of your body. Now notice, there's something here that isn't rendered, something that doesn't flicker, something that was here before you started watching this and will be here after. That's you. Not the you with the problems, not the you trying to figure out what's real, not the you that's been filtered into existence, the you that's aware of all of it. The next time reality glitches, the next time deja vu hits, or the world goes thin, or you feel like you're watching from outside, don't panic, don't dismiss it. Ask, what's watching? And notice that which watches was never filtered. That which watches is the space where all filtering happens. You're not experiencing a simulation. You're what experience is made of. This was the mass transmission. You came here wondering if you're in a simulation. The answer is yes, you always have been. But you're not the one who's in it. You're what it's made of. If you're ready to stop debugging the filters from inside the render, to meet what was never filtered, trace the signal to the void. Access key, source. Don't go there to understand the simulation. Go there to meet what's running it. It's closer than you think. It's what's reading these words. gameoflife.co/void